You're welcome to PERICLEZ, your favorite personal development and self-help platform where we get to talk about books and all of the wonderful benefits we can derive from there. My name is Inyang Ate Inyang and I am your host on this show. I have with me a very remarkable individual, but before I talk about him, I'd like to share something with you. A few years back, I was in a very dark place. I was experiencing what I'll consider a downward spiral, and I blamed everyone else for my experience except myself. I got introduced to this individual, and one of the first things he did was to recommend to me a book. This book, As A Man Thinketh by James Allen, written in 1903, and it still enjoys as much relevance today as it did when it was first published. Before I finished reading the book, I was able to reconcile my thoughts, and I find myself today in a better place than I was back then. This individual, a leadership and a high performance coach, my personal coach, Victor Onochie.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here, Mr. Inyang.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the fact that you're here. This is the very first edition of this show, and I thought it wise to bring you here as the first guest on this show.
That's an honor. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So why this book? What exactly about this book? Or why this book? Why would you recommend this book to anyone at all?
So basically, As A Man Thinketh, it's like the very foundation of creation. Let me put it that way. And when you look at everything in reality today, they were all created twice. First from the mind, and then before it came to reality, the physical. So even as a human being, in our realities, in everything that is happening in our lives, sometimes we don't really see how powerful it is, but our world are really created from the inside out, the experiences we face, because people are experiencing different things at different situations in their life. Your experience right now is different from my own experience. Yes, your reality and all. Yeah, we get to interact, but that's it. So before change happens, it's very important that an individual understands the mechanism of how his life experience unfolds, that it's not what is happening outside, but it's like you are creating from the inside out. So it's very important that for you to start change, you must understand that you have to.
Well, what do you mean by inside out?
So inside out,
As in relative to this
As a Man Thinketh.
Yeah.
So thoughts are internal. Thoughts are they are more like a frequency that are flowing, because if I ask you what's the next thought that's on your mind now, something pops up and you see and you're able to see that thought.
Do I?
So I'll ask you, what's the next thought on your mind right now?
What I expect you to do.
So that's
I've
that.
created.
So you've seen it. You understand. So it guides what now starts happening in the physical, because now you're now looking at what you're expecting me to do. You understand that kind of thing. So it's for instance, if you're having a bad day, somebody that has experienced the same thing you experienced might be thinking about it differently and will be experiencing that situation differently. So you might be feeling bad about it, brooding about it, but this other person probably has seen it in a different light. So basically,
he's seeing it in a different light, or he's responding to it in a different light, or he sees it first and then responds in a different
yes,
light.
because the thoughts are coming up, and he's able to choose the thoughts he's dwelling on. You understand? A situation happens and somebody is thinking negatively and another person is thinking positively. Why is that? Somebody is choosing to react to things in a particular way.
But how does one find himself regulating so much? Because if this book was written to make you, was it written for you to know or to behave in a particular manner? Because it's possible for you to know and you're still not able to respond the way, I'll use the phrase, the way you're supposed to behave. I mean,
okay.
How do you balance that? Because it's one thing for you to know,
yeah,
and it's another thing for you to be able to respond in a particular manner based on what you know. Is that not too much won't it regulate you too much?
Well, it's really not about, will I say, robotic behaviors when it comes to all these things. In change, most times the first thing is awareness. So what the book really does is it's bringing to your mind something, a piece that might be missing. So it's bringing like an awareness. Like he says it's a narrative. It's not like he's trying to tell you this is, but he's trying to expose you to an understanding of a principle, of a universal principle. So what is that saying? It means that if you now know that your thoughts are creating your reality, and he uses several situations, several analogy examples to show that. So it makes you conscious next time when something is happening, because an awareness is now in your mind. So whenever something happens, instead of you to drift to how you probably thought things were, it's you get that spark that I have to choose how I think about this thing. You understand? Okay. And basically in life and everything, it's constant practice that would actually retain the knowing. Because it's one thing for you to hear something today and something in life comes and shakes you up and you just forget about it and you keep on running on autopilot.
So this title itself,
As a Man Thinketh.
As a Man Thinketh.
Yeah.
As a Man Thinketh.
Yeah,
if you want to complete,
the biblical, the biblical.
As a man thinketh
in his heart,
so
is he.
Is
he. Yes.
So you want to shed more light on this because it seems to be the crux of the matter.
So what it's saying is that the reality of a man, the reality of what a man is, his experience of life, it's coming from his deepest thoughts. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That means what is showing up as the human being is the deepest thoughts of that human being.
What is showing up as a human being?
What you see, his experience, his life, everything. I like that word. What he manifests.
Yeah, how he behaves.
It's
how he responds.
Exactly.
It's just as a result of all he thinks.
The deepest. Please take note. His deepest thoughts, because sometimes you could pray for something. You pray for something and deep down you don't believe that you will get that.
I think you're going ahead of me because there's a particular line I find very, very interesting. It says, not what's... Okay, this is not the book. This is just part of this book. This book is by...
That's the collection of his collection that has the book also.
You have to read all these for it to make sense to you.
But if you can get the book, I think this is one of the greatest,
yes, I think
most important...
How many books are here?
About 19.
About 19 books are here. And As a Man Thinketh is just one of the books here. But this is where you have everything about As a Man Thinketh. Now I was going to open here. I think you actually led us to that thought.
Yes. Not what a man prays for, but what he justly earns.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Not what a man prays for does he get,
but what he justly earns. We all pray. Everybody prays. People pray. We pray for different things and all. But life is principle. Life is it's principle. So you see somebody actually praying, but the question is, do you even believe that thing you pray? Because, for instance, if you have something you're going after and you pray about it, if you really believe it, your reality will show it. Every single thing you start doing, I think biblically and all that, it's called faith and all that. Here it's called belief, and it's like this is what you truly believe.
You're not going to find yourself at war with, meaning this climb where prayer. We believe so much in prayer, we believe so much in favor, we believe so much in luck. What's your take? Does it negate our belief system?
It's just saying that we probably are not applying these things the right way. That's what I would say, because I was there, praying and all that. But when you see those who move the world, those who are taking the world to the next level, even those who are present, you have, I can call different names, you have someone like Elon Musk, you have Bill Gates in the past and all. These people didn't just pray, or probably they acted with belief, conviction. If they wanted to do something, there was a burning conviction, and they took responsibility of that conviction. And from that conviction, their reality unfolded. Now, it never came easy. They say Bill Gates learned coding for almost 9-10 years of his life. Elon Musk read books, like he finished the books in South Africa. what am I trying to say? What you believe will show in your reality. If you believe something so much, you will do anything to bring that thing to reality. So,
okay. So we're not talking about prayer, so we won't dwell so much on that. I'm sure there's going to be another book where we can talk much more about prayer. But we're talking about thoughts.
I want to say something about prayer. For me, I always say this. I said, prayer is the life you live. That is the reality of what prayer is. Because whatever you are doing is showing what you really are praying for. Yes.
That's where it actually is from your deep.
That's where the time is the road.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts. Because if you want to be successful and you are sleeping all day, that is what you are really praying for, and that is the reality that will manifest. So you can't kneel down every day and say you want to be successful and you're sleeping every day, you're not doing anything, or you want to look a certain way, and you are praying that you want to look a certain way, but you're not doing reality what it is. Because things can go faster, but there has to be some level of engagement from you, both in thoughts and in deeds. So that's that about prayer, basically.
Okay, some very interesting quotes from this book. So I think we have to start from here. It says, a noble and a godlike character is the natural result of continued effort in right thinking. Interesting quote.
I love that.
Yeah?
I love that.
As in the fact that it has to be continued.
It's I'll call it deliberate work. So it's easy to think deliberate work is the physical and all that, but being able to meditate on pure thoughts, on ideas, on, like I'll call, truths. For instance, knowing that trust comes from trustworthiness, being able to ingrain that thought to your very being, so that when you are acting in life, when you are relating with people in life, you understand truly that for somebody to trust you, you need to be trustworthy. So how do you be trustworthy? So remaining in all those kind of thoughts, and things will happen to shake you off them. Basically, things will happen to shake you off them. But you understanding how cause and effect of them and dwelling in them, it refines over time.
There is no element of chance. What is luck?
Chance or something, I don't know. What's luck?
Chance. Do you believe in luck?
I believe in...
I believe there is no element of chance. Do you believe in luck?
I believe that luck is a result of certain things. I think there are certain things we can't explain when it comes to in the spiritual realm, I'll call it that way, that we can't point at.
So do you believe in luck?
It happens, yeah.
You believe in luck?
I believe it's there.
It's nothing strange, but I've heard very as in great achievers attributes.
I believe in it. Yeah, it's there.
I think
it's there.
Who? Warren Buffett, I think.
Yeah. Even Bill Gates. They all there. They all go there. It's there. It's there. It's there. But you see, what he says, it's like what he's trying to say is that luck came from something. Like Bill Gates might be telling you he was lucky, but there were certain things.
Certain things to position yourself.
Yes,
for that luck.
You get my point. Do you understand? I would say, let me put it this way, that the universe is it's loving towards. Do you understand? So it affords us, but the issue now is, do you do the required? You know that yes, if you want corn, you go and plant corn, and then you could get a bountiful harvest if you do what you understand.
Okay.
But when it comes to life, we might not go that way.
So that's the quote I was looking for.
Okay.
It says, not what a man wish and prays for does he get, but what he justly earns. His wishes and prayers are only gratified and answered when they harmonize with his thoughts and actions. Very interesting quotes there, right? Then also on thought, it said another quote. Okay, I think this has to do with purpose. Do you have any quotes? What are your favorite quotes? I'm sure you have yours too.
I think for me, like the whole book is almost like a quote. And I know that. Look, I can see you marking ruling the whole book. You're ruling the whole book.
It really engaged me. What this book did to me was it brought me to a place of responsibility.
I love that word. I think that's what I believe
that whatever I was experiencing,
you have a hand in it.
It not just happened.
Yeah.
Actually, I contributed to it. My thoughts, my choices, my decisions. But it's amazing, even the way you want to look at it in the experience of a nation, for instance.
Yes.
I mean, we imagine that this country should be better than it is right now, but people forget the parts they play.
The country is almost like an ocean, and every single person is like the drop that makes up the ocean. But when we don't take cognizance of that little drop that makes up the whole, it's easy for us to just think that, oh, okay. But it's a collective consciousness that is happening in the country. That's what is happening. Yeah.
All right. Then I love another quote on visions and ideals. That's another chapter, and it says, "Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so shall you become. Your vision is the promise of what you shall one day be. Dreams are the seedlings of reality."
Now, thank you.
I think there's something about this book. I think one of the things that actually made me love this book was his writing style.
Yeah, I know.
His choice of words.
I know you love.
Yes, it was very creative. I've read so many books, and it was such a they were very difficult reads and all that. Such an Englishman.
He seems to be a philosopher, kind of. So the whole kind, Shakespeare kind of. There's the way he writes.
Yeah, his choice of words.
Yeah, the way he writes.
I think it was as educating as it was. It was very entertaining. Creative,
almost like a poem, kind of.
Very poetic.
Yeah, very poetic. Yeah. And his writings are short. His books are short.
Yeah. It's very, very amazing. I mean, for a book that carries so much, it's actually just...
It's a book you can read in 1 hour.
In 1 hour?
Yeah. This is 2 books in this.
Okay, this is 2 books, right?
Yeah, so the reality is...
Actually,
As a Man Thinketh stops on page 45.
On page 45.
So you can imagine.
For a 200-page book, kind of.
For a 200-page book.
So it's very short. I mean, so much in his shorts.
Yeah, so much. That's why I said every single thing is like a quote. Every single one. You can pick a quote in every single thing that was dropped there.
Okay, interesting. Now, the very last chapter. I usually have this I have it written in a particular part of
your room.
Yes, my room. And it's on the chapter on serenity. And it says, the calm man knows how to adapt himself to others. The more tranquil a man becomes, the greater is his success, his influence, his power for good. And still in that particular chapter, another quote, it says, self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power. Say to your heart, peace, be still. You know it.
I love that part. I listened to the book. I have like the audio version on my phone, so I listen to it every morning, 6 to 7. Like,
every morning?
Yeah. I probably miss some days, but
it's something you really want to do.
I want it to be my reality because I see how true it is.
Are you sure it's not the? Are you sure you listen to it on the audio? Listen to the audio version.
Yeah, it's 56 minutes.
Is it the way it sounds? Are you sure it's not the way it sounds? Because there's something.
To that the audio. Yeah, because there have been different audios of it.
Okay.
And even the one I give to you now, which it took a while to get to that particular one.
Okay.
They were the ones that you probably would have listened to and you might not really have enjoyed. But that one was the guy who orated it. It was almost like personal to the guy.
Exactly.
You understand that the way he said. So I love listening to it.
Okay.
That's
good. So is it that I'm asking?
I think it's the two. It's the two.
Listening at the message. You already had the message. So why do you keep listening?
There are the details of the little things. For instance, what you just said now, calmness. It's almost like I'm meditating on the words. I want to get to a point where it's a reality. That is the thought that pops up in my mind in the situation of confusion and chaos. because there are situations you have confusion and all that, and most times you realize that after a day or two, you could have been calm about that thing. You could have reacted differently. You understand? It's just that you're not seeing
if that's the way you understand it, I understand it from an interesting place too, where it probably recommends calmness as a way to be.
Agreed.
Yeah, and
As a character.
Yeah, and to be part of your
being. Yes.
Now, that also brings to the fore this particular question: how noisy is a man not supposed to be? Because it will probably
how noisy
is a man not supposed to be? Or how many people are
effective?
Busy? How many people are busy, noisy, and vocal, and how many of them will be able to do things right?
But let's even look at the powerful people and all. Let's look at someone like Barack Obama, for instance. There is a calmness in his demeanor. You understand? You would see even when they're trying to rattle him, how he talks. It's like there's a word that there's something that holds him, so he's calm. Do you understand? You could go even in ages way back, the people who people really listen to are calm. When they speak, people listen to them. Yes.
But what about
Gandhi?
What about Grant Cardone?
Well, people have different characters and all.
Yeah, well, it
might not be that is him, but that's maybe his passionate.
I really appreciate calmness because I know it's a place where you can be careful. You can be mindful. Careful enough to take your best decisions and to be more proactive. Make the right decisions.
Yes, so that you don't flip.
So you don't get to flip.
Yeah.
Interesting books, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like you to go get this book. Thank you very much, Victor Onochie. We have a lot. How many books do you have in your diary? Or in your collection, rather?
Wow.
Yeah, because that's some crazy thing about you. So how many books? I want to hear. I want us to know.
So I'll go with audio, ebooks, and physical. So for the physical, somewhere around say 500.
500 books.
Yeah. And they can actually some of them are in cartons and all. But I think for ebooks they're about 6,000.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, ebooks, and audio books, I think about 3,000.
3,000.
So for me, I think I build habits, and I think way back about 10 years ago, my habit was probably with music. I was a music collector. Every album, I'm that kind of person.
Yeah.
So when I found the benefit of books, I decided to probably, why don't I channel my habit here? And I was virtually almost spending all my money on books. My wife now, who was my girlfriend then, I had a discussion with her because I remember buying the book Emotional Intelligence somewhere, and that was like the last money I had at that point, and I saw the book and I was like, wow. I called the guy and I gave him the money and took the book, and that was the only money I had at that period of time. And it occurred to me that I probably was now an addict. When I had this discussion with my girlfriend then, who is my wife now, and she was like, that's interesting. At least you are not addicted to alcohol and all those kind of things and all. It's books. And I mean, if you're addicted to books and you understand what you're doing, it's better. And that is what has built till now. And I know the impact it has had on me. And I'm still on the journey. And that's what made when we met, we were able to,
I was looking for something.
Yeah.
I was looking for something. Well, how much of that is not mental masturbation?
So,
yes, mental masturbation. Maybe you should say to explain what that is, because it's possible for you to be. You have 6,000 books. You've read all of them.
No. It's not like how would I have read all of them?
So what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're hoping that someday you will.
I will. Yeah. It's more like, you see, the thing with books is, I wouldn't say you buy books just because after I read this one I would read this one. No, as you're growing as a human being, different ideas, different things come to you, different things you want to do. For instance, you want to do business, you want to do finance. If you get a recommendation of a good book on finance, would you now not read it because you're ready? You understand? So you're building a library. If you go to all these great guys, Gates, Buffett, all of them, you go to their library, you see they have books. Some they have not read. That's why you see even Gates is always probably, he has certain, Bill Gates, he has certain books he puts out and say, these are the books he has read this year, or, it's just that he has formed the habit, so it's easy for him to continue reading the avaricious readers. So what am I trying to say? At some point, your interest to tune to a certain area. For instance, I'm about reading a particular book called Competitive Strategy by Michael Porter. I've had that book for like 4 years, you understand. I had read some of his articles and all, but now in the business life, I think I need to, because fingers are pointing to the book. So I want to read the book. So it's about collection. I have not read 1/50th of these books, you get.
Okay.
But it's a habit which I feel is, I've seen the greats, John D. Rockefeller, even Nigeria, Tony Elumelu, all these people, the avaricious leader. Tony Elumelu talked about how when he read, what's his name? Malcolm Gladwell's Outlier.
Okay.
Yeah, so these guys are reading. Ideas. An idea in a book can shift your life.
Yeah.
An idea from a book, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, saved my marriage. So that's how important a book is. You get to. Why would I stop reading?
But it is so boring. Because that's the excuse for a lot of people.
Well, for me,
some people really want to read, but
so you see, in everything in life, most of the things that really are valuable to us, there's an effort. It's almost like there is a space for the struggling, and then there is a point you get to is a free flow. Just like you want to start driving a car, it will be difficult, but at some point you start driving the car. Now every morning you go, you drive the car.
It's so easy.
So
it becomes second nature.
Yeah, you need to know why. You need to start. Read the books that interest you first.
Okay.
When you build a habit, if you read a book that hits you, that affects something in your life, nobody will tell you start wanting to read books. Now, if you find yourself around people that are reading, voila, you start reading as a habit. And when you stop, something will always be hitting you. Something will always be hitting you. So
the time I'll say I stopped reading and I knew there was something wrong.
Yeah.
And I've been trying, I started struggling with looking for how to get that taken care of, and luckily I'm back.
Good.
And I'm glad that you're here. We're going to be talking about another book some other time. And what book is that going to be for you?
Obviously.
Well, what's your is this your favorite book?
So for me, I've read quite a lot of books, but I think a foundational book which I think every human being should read that book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
By Steve.
The name of the book doesn't do justice to that book.
Okay.
It doesn't. The book is way deeper and more important than just the name.
Okay, I don't want us to negate the potency of this.
Yeah, this is, it's also As a Man Thinketh.
As a Man Thinketh.
It's a foundation. I think it's the first
foundation, right?
Yeah, it's the first
foundation. So I recommend this book, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, written in 1903. And again, I say, it enjoys today the relevance that it enjoyed over 100 years ago.
It's still one of the highest selling self-help books. Yeah, one of the top 10, I think.
Right, and I assure you certainly will become a better version of yourself by the essence of reading, and especially reading this book. Thank you very much, Victor, for being here. I really appreciate it. I look forward to the next edition.
Thank you very much. Great to be doing here.